What is up, everybody? Deathmask here, bringing you a commentary over some Modern Warfare 3 gameplay. So basically this commentary will mainly be about kind of the knifing community. You know, I'm not a huge knifer. I only go knife only on certain maps, just because of the fact that I'm not a strategic person when it comes to knifing. A few maps that I do like to go knife only on are Lockdown, Resistance, and probably like Mission. Those are pretty cool to go knife only on. So you could probably tell that I do use the akimbo USPs as opposed to the tactical knife. I've tried using the tactical knife. I'm not really good with it. I just, you know, as cheap as it sounds, I love the lunge on the akimbos, and I don't know, it's just I've gotten used to using them. So like I said, not good with the tac knife. I've picked it up a few times. I don't think I'll ever be good with it. If I miss, I'm pretty fucked. With this, I feel like I have more of a chance, even though it has more of a kind of a lunge and like a little bit more of a recovery period, but I still feel like I do so much better with the akimbo. So I mean, as far as the knifing community goes, I do play with a very few good amount of knifers. Mr. Knife Happy is definitely one of them. He is always knife only, unless there's like BS going on in the lobby. That's when he'll whip out the shotty, but even then he's just using a shotgun, so that's still pretty noble of him. No, a lot of us go knife only. Dark Places 28, he's a good knifer. Buck Sugar Free, Tomahawk Tater, and myself, of course. There are certain games where we will go knife only because we feel like I said, Lockdown is probably one of the ones that we all go knife only on, just because of the fact that it is something different. It's a little bit more of a challenge, but I mean, I think we can all agree on, when it comes to the whole knifing situation, is that panic knifing is such kind of a hassle for us. You know, if you don't know what panic knifing is by now, then probably do it. You just don't know about it. Basically, what panic knifing is, let's say you're going around a corner, you have your fucking Type 95 out, and you know, you turn a corner and there's somebody there, so you automatically hit the the R3 button. You know, that's panic knifing, and it's definitely kind of a damper on what we do, because we will go up against these guys who are just, you know, carrying fucking LMGs, and out of nowhere they will kill us with a knife, as opposed to us who have, you know, our knife ready. Our intentions are to knife only. You know, they out knife us, and you know, what's the fairness in that? So it's just something that we've kind of had to, I guess, get used to, as much as that sucks to say, just because of the fact that, you know, there's no way that they'll ever change that. It would make so many people fucking rage because they wouldn't be able to knife with their fucking guns out, you know? And it's just something to get used to, I guess. But I mean, as far as Black Ops 2 goes, I have been hearing from, you know, people, which I think is a really cool idea, which is to kind of make it so that if you are gonna knife, it's kind of like a two-part system, I guess. So like, alright, so let's say, you know, I'm going knife only, and you know, it only takes one R3 push to knife, you know, as opposed to somebody who has a gun out. It would take like one R3 push to, you know, take their knife out, and then another one to actually knife. This would, you know, immediately decrease the amount of people panic knifing, and it would give us knifers a lot more of an advantage, because I do love knifing. It is, you know, I didn't get into it until Black Ops, when I met, you know, Bucks and Dark and all them, and they would go knife only with the ballistic knives, and you know, I didn't start knifing until then, but like I immediately fell in love with it. I just love having to play very ninja-like, very sneaky, trying to get around people, you know, to try to get into the best positions to knife them, as opposed to just, you know, camping in a fucking corner and just shooting people, or if you run into somebody, to, you know, automatically just go for the R3 hit so that you panic knife them. So, you know, ever since then, I've kind of really been into knifing only. It's a lot harder to do it on this map, or not this map, but this game, simply because of the whole panic knife situation, and a lot of these maps are really open. One of the maps I would probably never do knife only on is Black Box. That map is way too open unless you stay to like the outside routes, which I usually do, but I mean sometimes you just gotta cross, you know, sometimes you gotta cut across of it. It's a really difficult thing to do because it is so open. Overwatch, it's pretty good to go knife only on. There's a lot of stuff you can kind of go around, kind of mess with people, make them think you're going somewhere. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I feel about the whole knifing situation. Like I said, I'm not the greatest knifer out there. I enjoy it. I really do. I really dig, you know, going knife only, but I definitely can't do it every single match. I have to shoot my gun to compete with these people that like to, you know, lay on their fucking stomach and stare at one spot the whole time, or, you know, go in a corner and just, you know, set up a nice fucking tent for themselves there. These are the things that you gotta do to compete with these people, because if you don't, you know, you really absolutely have no chance. And that's not even going into like people who fucking rock, you know, a sniper rifle, who decide to quickscope, and then if you get too close to them, they'll whip out their dual FMGs or dual Scorpions, you know? In a previous video I stated that when I do snipe, I hard scope, and when I do whip out my secondary, it's always a fucking pistol. Single pistol, not a Kimbo or anything. I usually go with like the Magnum. I love that gun. But I mean, you know, it's things that you gotta do to compete with the people that feel like they have to play like complete douchebags. And I mean, if that's how they want to play, you know, sometimes you just gotta kind of stoop to their level, even though it's, you know, horrible, but you just gotta do it. Alright, well, this game is coming to a close, so thank you guys for checking this out. I'll be doing a few more things, hopefully this coming few days. I got a playthrough of a game from the PS2 that I want to try out, see how that gets received, and I want to do another one clip edit, so hopefully I'll start getting my ass on that. But yeah, thank you guys for checking this out.